Tell me how many times you come to Eastgate Day.
Actually, this is my first time to Eastgate Day. I haven't seen everybody in over 40 years.
Eastgate was built in 1961 and demolished in 1998. There's a new neighborhood there today in 2021. So let's go celebrate with the old residents of Eastgate Day.
Hi, my grandmother is Bertha Young, who started out our family in Eastgate. We lived at 5059 F Street, Southeast, and then we moved to 4927 F Street.
Name some siblings.
My uncle is Willie Young. I have Jacqueline as my aunt, better known as Bunchy. Della is my mother. That's my sister Nikki. This is my daughter. That's my cousin Dawn.
How many times you come to Eastgate Day?
Everyone since it's been the last 24 years.
It's at 511 East Street, Southeast, in Eastgate. And I worked also, first job was the courtesy patrol.
And what was it like living in Eastgate?
Oh, it was all right. I ain't had no problem.
Eastgate Gardens Public Housing Project was a neighborhood in Southeast DC that stretched from G Street to Drake Place and between Benning Road and 50th Street. The surviving residents of this old housing project still get together every year. Tell me, who are you?
I'm Tracy Price.
What was your address?
My address was 656, 50th Southeast.
And what was it like living in Eastgate?
Oh, it was the bomb. We had the best childhood. These kids today won't even know about none of the stuff that we had from here.
How long you been coming to Eastgate Day?
Ever since it's been going on.
For how long?
Some years. I can't even remember the years now.
So how many generations lived in Eastgate?
Ooh.
All right, what is your name and how are you associated with Eastgate?
My name is Ventina Littlepage. I grew up in Eastgate on 51st and East Street, Southeast.
Yeah, what'd you say your family's name was?
Littlepage.
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 How many generations?
You got one. I don't know. You know it's a whole lot of y'all. That's my granddaughter right there. She's a Littlepage. That's my son's daughter. But she don't know nothing about Eastgate, of course. She knows nothing, and that's my niece, my sister's granddaughter. But she don't know nothing about Eastgate either.
Oh, she ain't an Eastgate baby.
No, they're not Eastgate babies. We had moved away by the time they were born.
How often have you come to Eastgate Day?
You know what? Oh, I only been to Eastgate. This is my second time. I went when it was at Benning Park. But this is my second time here.
My name is Veronica Hewitt, my name's White, and they call me
And she's not from Eastgate?
And I'm from Benning Park, up the street from Eastgate. And we having a nice time out here, enjoying ourselves. So Eastgate members, come on out.
Are you hungry?
I lived on both sides of F Street. What was it, 5059 and 4927 F Street.
Who's your people?
Miss Young, now everybody know Miss Young. Everybody knew my mama, Miss Young. And when we first moved out at Eastgate, we had no dirt roads, we had no street lights. They was just building it. We were one of the first families to move out here.
In what year?
And why you want me to ask that? I was still in school. That's all I know. Okay.
Nana though, it was Nana. She was Nana.
Yeah, and I was still in school. Okay, I don't know what year it was. I was still in school. Okay, matter of fact, I was in high school. So it had to be in the 60s. It had to be in the middle 60s, something like that, because I was still in school, yes. When Eastgate, Cinder Block City, that's what they called us. That's what they called us, Cinder Block City.
What was it like when y'all moved in? What was it like living
I
there?
just told you, it was nobody out here when we first moved out here. It might have been about 10 families when we first moved out here, because they hadn't paved the streets. We had dirt streets, we had no street lights at all. And as the years passed and they built houses, people started moving in, and we became one big community. Everybody watched their body too. We had a ball. We had a ball.
What's your name?
Robin Arrington.
Where you from?
I'm from Eastgate originally.
What's the address?
690 50th Place, right off G Street.
And what was it like living in Eastgate?
Eastgate was very interesting we really didn't have any choice, but we made stuff to do outside, like hide and seek or tag.
Was it a family atmosphere in Eastgate?
Very, very family oriented, village wise. You know, your teacher, the next door neighbor, even the mailman, cause you know. So yeah, it was very interesting.
Name some relatives from Eastgate.
My relatives, Mercedes, my mom Star, Aunt Carolyn. Then we got the Clocks, we got the Bryces, we got the Flemings, we got a host of the Jacksons, we got the Lindsays, the Bakers. I love all y'all in that court. And Sedina from Eastgate, she live there now in the new Eastgate. Rest in peace to the ones that's gone. And I love Eastgate, and I wish I could still live there right now today. Because Eastgate is the one. DC for life, Southeast forever.
What's your name? Who are you? How you associated with Eastgate?
I appreciate you asking me that. My name is Osmond Anderson, but everybody knows me as Almond or Almond the Duck because we grew up with ducks in our yard.
What was your address?
My address was 5016 F Street was my front and E Street was my back.
And who was your people?
The Anderson family. We was that family, like I said, they had a duck inside of our yard. My father, he's a Pentecostal preacher, constantly took us to church all the time. So I know everybody pretty much that's in this set because they went to church with us as well.
Tell me how many times you come to Eastgate Day?
Actually, this is my first time to Eastgate Day. I haven't seen everybody in over 40 years because of my military career. So I wanted to be a part of that, and I wanted to come out today so I could put my eyes on everybody for good socialization. And I have 7 siblings.
You want to name them?
Yes, Billy, Shaletta, Tim, Lola, myself, of course, which is Armin, my brother Floyd, and my sister Teresa. That's all 7 siblings right there. We all grew up in Eastgate.
Cool. Tell me your name.
My name is Keeper.
What's your address? Where you was at?
I used to live on 50th Street.
Who are your people?
The Moore family.
And who's the picture of?
That's me and my son, Dirk, Big Dirk and Little Dirk. My real name Dirk, my nickname Keeper. They call me Keeper, but I named my son Dirk.
So, what was it like being in Eastgate?
I've been in Eastgate since I was 5 years. I moved to Eastgate in 1966 when I turned 5 years old. We moved to 50th Street Southeast. 612 50th Street Southeast. I've been there since 1966.
There's still some old buildings still here. Across the street from Old Eastgate, this old house still stands. But that's the new development of Glencrest. Kimmy Gray started as a young mother of 5 in public housing and on welfare in the 1960s. She became an advocate for turning public housing projects into resident-owned and managed properties. Kimmy Gray was president and CEO of Kenilworth Parkside Resident Management Corporation in the 1970s. She worked closely with then Mayor Marion Berry to improve low-income neighborhoods in the 1980s. So renaming the street after her was not a hard decision. So Kimmy Gray Court now covers majority of the land where Eastgate used to sit. What's your name?
Tell you in a moment. I'm coming too fast.
What? No. I said we're not serving that now until after 3 o'clock. No. And this shouldn't be in there. Folk shouldn't be in that stuff. Excuse me.
And what street did you live on?
What are you doing?
Making a video of Eastgate Day.
Oh, so you all up on me? I'm trying to shoot.
You said, Jeff.
You said, what did you want to know? You said history.
Yeah, history. Tell me what's it like living in Eastgate. Ivory Waters was an advisory neighborhood commissioner who served as a resident counselor in the 1980s. So a street was renamed after her in her honor. The Glencrest development construction started in 2005 and opened in 2008. Of the 211 detached and semi-detached houses, 61 of them were set aside for rent to low to moderate income families. The rest of them was for sale with rent to own or a straight out purchase. Dr. George Rutherford, one of the most distinguished principals in the DMV area. Doc, as he was referred to by most adults and children, first taught physical education at Garnett-Patterson Middle School in the 1960s in Washington, D.C. After receiving his doctorate in 1976, he came back to D.C. to again work at Patterson School and then was transferred to Kelly Miller to work as assistant principal for 2 years, and then to Sousa Middle School for 2 years. In 1978, he started working at Fletcher Johnson that lasted 20 years. Because most of the children from Eastgate went to Fletcher Johnson Elementary School, where Dr. Rutherford was the principal, he was invited to Eastgate Day, where he would show up almost every year. Thank you for coming with me to celebrate another day in Washington, D.C. I will see you in the next video.